Good morning. Now, I grew up in Stockholm. I lived in Stockholm most of my life, the capital city of Sweden. In 2019, we left. My girlfriend and I, we left Stockholm and moved to the country. And we love it. It was a very, very good decision. It was one of the best decisions that I have made in my life, to leave Stockholm, right? Now, every year the police authorities publish a list of problem areas in Sweden. And I read this list because I'm interested. Problem areas, these are places where people are not very happy, where there's lots of crime. The police might be reluctant to go there, see? Criminal gangs, drugs, see? So I just read that list now, this year's list, and I noticed that I just looked at the areas in Stockholm, and I saw, I lived there. I used to live there. I've been moving around a bit, see, in Stockholm. So I lived in a few of these areas that are now problem areas. And of course I remember what it was like then. Now I'm talking about 60s and 70s and the 80s. And it was fine, see. And now these areas are problem areas. That's right. So that's the development here in Sweden. And of course this is because of open borders. Of course it is. That's the change. See? So it was not a very good idea to open the borders. Okay. Now I want to tell you about the socialists here in Sweden. They have a solution to this. Because now there are areas where there's lots of problems. And then of course there are areas where there's not so much problems, right? So the socialist solution is this. So we have one area where there's not many problems. See, people live about, go about their lives and it's just sort of fine. Lots of houses there, right? The people have their own places, okay? And then there's areas where there's huge problems. So the solution from the socialist is this. Let's build a big house there, right there, where there's not so much problems. And move some of these people that are problems, take some of them, or encourage them to move to this big house, right there, in the no problem area. This is the solution. And they are really going for it. It's like, people criticize this and say, well, this is, people will move out, right? You have a problem which is sort of nice, and then you get that big house there, or lots of houses, I suppose. They have these big tall buildings, they want to build them there. And people say, well, then there will be problems also in this area, and then people will move out, you see. And that problem, these problems will move there. And then the socialists say, well, that's a racist idea. You're a racist, basically. Yeah, you are a racist. Well, I think you're Nazis, all of you, talking like this. Of course not. The socialists, they say, no, this will work fine. We move these problem people to this no problem area, and it will be fine, It will work out. They will live together in peace and harmony. angels will sing, and everybody will be happy. These criminals or problem people, they will be no problem people if you just move them to this place. See? So this is what's going on here in Sweden. Right. Now we live in an area where there are no problems. I don't hear sirens here. We don't see police cars here. So it's very nice. And most of Sweden is like this. You know, sometimes you read about Sweden, you watch a clip or something, you think, wow, Sweden is really messed up, right? Well, it's the cities, the big cities, and especially the suburbs. Most of Sweden, it's a big country, right? Most of Sweden is very good, it's very nice. So that's how it is. So I think maybe in the future Sweden will be divided into a problem area, maybe. A part of Sweden is a problem area. And then the rest of Sweden is, okay. I think maybe that's how it will be. I don't know. But because people are moving away, of course. This is the first thing that happens. You get one of these big buildings there. That's exactly what will happen. People will move out. Right. Okay. Be good.